Welcome to episode 46 of Ralph's Stuff. Tonight, matte box test. You'll find out what a matte box is. Patting the horses on Christmas Eve, very beautiful. Also beautiful horses on a cold January morn. Video Ralph's tips on filters. Night test, another video tip. And finally, a soliloquy. Enjoy. Well, hello, this is Ralph Roberts, and we'll testing. If I can get my tongue untangled so I can talk. But here on January the 4th, 2008, got the year right. It takes a while when the year changes over to start doing it right. And we're out here on the farm in Alexander, North Carolina. That's my house behind me. And I just got a new matte box for my camera, and that's what we're checking out. The sun is over that way, and I really need a fill light to fill in the light on this side of the face, but since we're testing the matte box rather than how well I can light myself, we'll eschew that option for the moment. Now, a matte box is just a big old box that goes around the lens on your camera, and it more or less shades it to keep the light out. Also offers a way to hold various filters of different types. We also are using a neutral density filter that's built into the camera. Neutral density darkens the photo a little bit, which is good, and it's especially in bright light like outside. But yet it doesn't change the color so that you get a more accurate color. Watching one of the horses down there. She's leaning over the fence to get to the grass. Well, let me just move the camera around and show you that. Zoom in on it so you can see. Okay. Now we're back to where the sun is coming in, sort of that. Well, it should be a 45-degree angle. Actually, it's closer to 90, I'm afraid. So I probably am getting a lot of shadow in my face. But there's several video tips that will let you shoot a good interview out in the sunlight like this. And one of the simplest is to have somebody stand with a big white piece of cardboard off to this side and reflect light in and from the sun, and it will fill the shadows and give a more professional looking video. We are trying to get professional looking video out of this, but not very hard. So again, we're testing the matte box. The matte box, as I described it earlier, is a big box around the lens that keeps the direct sunlight from hitting the lens. When the sunlight hits the lens, you get what are called lens flares. Just blotches of light here and there that float around all over the picture and make it look bad. A few of those are okay, you know, it's artistic, but you get too many and it really doesn't look good at all. I see the horse has gone on down towards the barn. She knows there's a little bit of hay down there for her. This being early January, of course, the grass is not growing real well. There's still snow around in various places. So that's the way it is. Okay, this is probably enough for me to see what I wanted to see, which is how well the matte box is working. But I'm looking at a monitor now as I talk to you, and it looks like it's doing pretty good, and that is good. So this is Ralph Roberts reporting, beautiful downtown Alexander, North Carolina, in the great Blue Ridge Mountains of western North Carolina, in the land of the sky. Thank you.
There's someone that we all love. I tell you that it's true. Always there when push comes to shove. I tell you that it's true. Taught us to be kind, gave us peace of mind. I tell you that it's true. Taught us charity and love our family. Always there to lend you a hand. I tell you that it's true. No matter what, we'll try to understand that it's true. Got some faults, but then doesn't everyone? That it's true. Could smile with just the eyes, kept our joy alive. Someone that we all love. There's someone that we all love. I tell you that it's true. I tell you that it's true. I tell you that it's true. There's someone that we all love. I tell you that it's true. Always there when push comes to shove. I tell you that it's true. Taught us to be kind, gave us peace of mind. I tell you that it's true. Taught us charity and love our family. There to lend you a hand. I tell you that it's true. No matter what.
Greetings, Video Ralph here. Filters are one of the most effective and inexpensive ways to enhance your photography, even on a cheap camera. I got this complete landscape set for about $50, including postage out of Hong Kong, and it took only a week to arrive. The graduated filter handles one of the biggest problems of shooting with DV cameras, and that's dynamic range. If you have the ground lighted properly, all the colors right and everything, then the sky will be whited out and it won't look good. By using the graduated filter with blue at the top and clear at the bottom, you get a nice rich sky color and it just looks a whole lot better. Orange filter will enhance sunsets. Now, I had the orange graduated part down too far on this one, so it's all orange. This is my favorite filter and seems to give the best result. Neutral density makes it darker at the top, but still lets all the color come through, so you still get the rich sky color, and everything else looks good too, so it cures the dynamic range problem. And I highly recommend a graduated neutral density. And this is a full density filter, which helps a lot when the light's too bright. You can of course have several filters on your camera. More information and a program schedule, check urtv.org. URTV, the home of video innovation. silhouette is me, and we're testing the camera here in night conditions with the speed way down and the aperture way up. We got a manual. I'm going to put a little light on myself here. And suddenly I appear. I've got a little handheld fluorescent here lighting me up. Oh, it's getting a little cold out here. I see smoke coming up from me, from my breath. And I turn the light off and I disappear. This is actually a pretty interesting test. Turn some light back on. And I'm sure I'm not in focus. And I've just got a little bitty monitor. I can hardly see it. But it's pretty neat. Okay, we're going to take this inside and see what it looks like. Hello, I'm Ralph Roberts, Video Ralph, and I want to talk to you for the remainder of this show about video production, which is something that we do quite a bit here at URTV, Channel 20. Of course, the most important adjunct of producing video is having a good cup of coffee. Robust. Yes, I occasionally sit in on Dr. John's tea party, but I really like coffee. Don't tell Dr. John I like coffee better than tea. Perhaps one of these days we'll have to do a coffee party. However, getting back to producing, one of the great advantages of URTV is the fact that you can produce your own shows. The only cost is your membership dues for the year, which is pretty minimal. It's a tremendously good deal. Some of the cable TV shows have budgets in the millions of dollars. Your budget, if you decide to produce for URTV, is well under $100 for the year for as many shows as you can cram in. So it's, as I say, a really good deal. Now, if you don't have your own equipment, and most people don't to start with, URTV provides a lot of professional level video equipment, cameras, tripods, microphones, lights, all the necessities of producing good video, and you can check them out for free. Assuming you're a member and you've, oops, I hit my microphone, I shouldn't do that. Assuming you're a member and that you've taken the required class on how to use the equipment before you check it out. And that's a good deal. The disadvantage of it, of course, is that and they also have two studios, Studio A and Studio B, that you can use if you don't have your own studio facilities. So that's a really good deal. The disadvantage of it, of course, is that there are a lot of people that want that really good deal. So you got to schedule your shooting in and around equipment availability. So it's always good to have your own equipment. Out here at the farm in Alexander, of course, I have my own camera and lights, equipment, microphones, and so forth. So I can shoot shows whenever I want to. For example, this particular segment's being shot early on a Saturday morning. I just had the concept that you guys might be interested in hearing me talk about video production. I could be wrong, but at the very worst case, I'm getting a good cup of coffee out of it. Good coffee. Those of you who are old enough to remember the Jackie Gleason show know that he did not have coffee in his cup, but I don't know where this is showing. Actually, I can look on the monitor and see, yeah, there it's showing. And yes, that's really coffee. It's good coffee, though. Ground from coffee beans, grown high in the Colombian mountains in South America. Nectar of the gods. Do I like coffee? Figure it out for yourself, right? Now what I'm doing, as you probably guessed by now, is shooting directly. I'm not recording this on tape. I'm recording it directly into the editing system on my video computer. The advantage to this is that if you're close enough to the video computer to do it, you don't have to take the time to read the tape in and encode it and all the other stuff. It saves a lot of time. And looking out the window, I see a dog running up to one of the fields. That's okay, dogs can do that. They're allowed to out here in the country. So again, that's an advantage of having your own equipment. You can record to a laptop in the field. I teach a seminar at URTV occasionally called Guerrilla Video, which is cheap ways of doing video. For example, I'll show you how to do your own lighting system for a $2,000 lighting system for under $100, how to find cheap microphones and all sorts of other stuff. But this is nothing unique to me. If you do a little reading on the internet, you'll find those tips yourself in many ways. Or if you visit the URTV forum site, which we have, you find a lot of tips from various people, including me. So there's all sorts of ways of learning the technology. The one thing, I guess this is one of the most important points I should make during this soliloquy, is that when people start out in video or in any technical endeavor, they're intimidated by the perceived, and this is an important way to express it, the perceived complexity. In other words, you think it's hard. It's not. Nothing is hard once you learn the basic techniques, and in video the techniques are really basic. They're based on the technology of how video cameras work, and once you know that, it becomes very easy to go ahead and produce. What are those basics? Well, first of all, video cameras see differently than we do, and by that I mean that they see scenes in a lot greater contrast than we do. That's why you have to have lights with video. Unless a scene's really lit up, the camera just can't get the contrast and show a good photo. Actually, let me and look at the screen here. We have an infinity mirror effect, and I did that on purpose, showing you the different 1, 2, 3, 4 versions of my 42-inch plasma monitor on the wall. It's just like a regular plasma TV you might have at home. Excuse me, Mike. I'm a little underlit, actually. That's what I was looking. See, although it's not too bad, it's a good effect. But I'm in a very brightly lit room. I just don't have enough lights turned on me. I've got two. One's a 300 watt light and the other's 150 watt light plus the overhead fluorescence. Actually, when you're shooting video, you should turn off the overhead fluorescence. You should control the light with your own lights using a standard 3-point lighting system, which I'm not using for this because I hit my microphone again. I hope that's not showing up too badly. So lighting is important. Get your light levels right, and it's very easy to do, and you can do it for very inexpensively. And that's one of the 3 components that will give you professional looking video. Lights. The second one is sound. If you have good sound. Now, most people when they first start out, they use the microphone that's built into the camera. Most cheap cameras have cheap microphones built into them. Well, you get what from that? Quick, cheap sound. Cheap sound is no good. So you need a good microphone. This is a dynamic studio microphone here that we're using. This is the one we're using. I use this one for voiceovers a lot on my shows like Rapid Ralph and so forth. So, but We're using this one right now. And this microphone sells for about $400. So you're probably not going to rush right out and buy one. However, if you look around like I did, I got this one for a great deal less than that at a pawn shop. A lot of bands start out and they buy expensive audio equipment, and then they go broke and they sell their equipment to the pawn shop. And if you know what you're looking for, you can get some pretty good deals. And I go to pawn shops regularly and I get some pretty good deals. Or you can go on eBay. This particular mic, which is made in Australia, but it's one of the better known brands, and I can't tell you the brand because we're on non-commercial TV, but lots of them are sold on eBay, so you can find them. eBay is your friend for getting cheap video equipment. I buy a lot of stuff off of there. But you do need to do a little research and know what the equipment is and what you're looking for and why you need it, and that's where we come in. And by we, I mean all the producers at URTV who put on seminars and give tips on the forums and all the other things that help you to learn how to use all this stuff. Okay, just checking the time here. So, another advantage of recording directly into the computer like I'm doing is I get the show done quickly. Okay, so we're talking about the three basics of video, and we talked about lights. We talked about using the proper microphone, and that means making sure that everyone is mic'd well so that you pick up the sound of the voice without echoes and stuff. Sometimes you need more than one mic, and you'll need a mixer. This is a mixer over here, and this is a compressor, which makes audio sound better. And you can learn about all that on urtvforums.org, which is our one of the websites that, in addition to urtv.org, that gives you information on how to submit, how to join, all the things you need to know about URTV Channel 20, public access television in Asheville, North Carolina, which is what this is being broadcast on, except you'll be able to see it on the forums also, because I put it online. So wherever you're watching it may wind up on YouTube or Google, I don't know yet. So wherever you're watching it, check out urtv.org as a starting point. Okay, so those are two very important things: lighting, sound. What's the third one? Content. You've got to have a show that's about something. Now, I'm just winging it here, but I am giving you good information, and if you've stuck with me this long, it means you're interested in video production. We'll see. But that's the three basics. It's like a very strong tripod, a three-legged stool. It won't tip over. I hit my microphone again. That's the third time. That's tripod. I need to quit doing that. Sorry, bud. But sound, lighting, content. One of those is more important than all the rest. If you have one of those three things, you can get away with not having quite as good a professional level on the other two. And which is it? Do you want to guess? Right, the guy over there said sound. Sound is 70%. This is a cliche. You'll see it a lot if you research video production on the internet. Sound is 70% of your production. 70%. You can get away with boring content. You can get away with the lighting not being right, as long as you have good sound, as long as people can understand what you're saying. So remember that it's really important to have external microphones and not rely on the built-in microphone in your camera, which is, that's what. Go to ralphwroberts.com to see this show again.